Hey crew, it is your host, Brad Bodnarchuk. Welcome back to the Half a Dozen Hospitality Podcast. I am, as always, super excited to have you guys here. We are here for week 2 of 6, where I break down my 6 essential tips or my half a dozen tips for the hospitality industry. Last week, you guys heard me break down what I call the re-energizing formula. And I want to say thank you so much to all of you that reached back out to me to share with me your unique re-energizing formulas. It was really interesting to see what we all do so differently to bring us energy day in and day out. Today, I want to introduce the theory of insulating ourselves. Now, when I say insulating ourselves, I don't mean getting comfortable under blankets. I don't mean putting on a sweater and gloves as we go outside in this cool December weather here in Vancouver. What I mean by insulating ourselves is actually dynamically very different. First thing, let's just talk about the discomfort that I want for this insulation to bring us. So when you hear insulating yourself, there's a lot of comfort that may be related to that as far as the stigma you attach to that term. But I want the opposite with this. When I say insulate yourself, I want you to develop in your mind's eye first, but then in practicality, in practice, I want you to develop a power circle, for lack of a better term, of people that are going to insulate you to help you move your business, your practice forward. So this is for anyone in the hospitality space, restaurant, bar, cafe, bakery, hotel, you name it. But what's interesting about this, I find, is that because this industry is so dynamic, you can really apply this theory, just like the re-energizing formula, to any business. It just so happens that this is the business that I know, and this is the industry that I choose to be in. After 20 plus years, I've been taking so much data on this space, and this is what I come up with in regards to my offering for my clients and for you guys as the listeners. So first things first, insulating ourselves. What we're looking for is a group of people that are going to challenge us, that are going to somehow, some way, make us feel discomfort. Again, that is kind of counterintuitive to the terminology of insulation. Insulation makes us like warm and cozy. I want for this to make us the opposite. I want it to make us feel cold and uncomfortable. And through that, I know that there will be growth. So let's break down who I feel like your insulation power circle could be. First things first, do you know anyone right now in business outside of the hospitality industry that is absolutely, quote unquote, killing it? There's experiencing a ton of success in whatever industry, in the businesses that they're in. If you do, please hit pause on this podcast, call them, send them an email, and simply put in the title or in the text or in the phone call, say, will you be part of my insulation? Will you be part of my power circle? And when they say, I have no idea what you're talking about, hit pause in the phone call, hit pause in the email, and come back to this podcast and hit play, and we'll get into it more. So find someone that is in a different industry than you're in, that is really doing well and succeeding. And obviously we can value success and we can measure success in different ways, but I want you to go find someone that is really doing something that you wish you were doing with your business. Once you've found that person, I want you to engage them in your business, help them better understand what your business looks like, how it operates, intimately help them understand the ins and outs as you understand it of your business, and then allow for them to sink their teeth and claws into it and pick it apart piece by piece. This will be very difficult at the beginning. It'll be very challenging for you to sit there and have someone basically, again, like I said, pick apart your business. But what we're trying to do here is incite and force growth. Not force, but what's the word? Accommodate growth. And we're going to accommodate growth by going through these tough conversations. And the reason I want to have a mind from outside of the industry is because if we have someone that's in the industry, even if they're doing quote unquote better than us, it's so easy to find ourselves in a bit of an echo chamber when all we do is surround ourselves with industry folk, like-minded people. So I want for you to insulate yourself with someone that is outside of this space, that's going to really push you once they have a better understanding of your business. And they'll look at your business ideally like any other business Just because it's a restaurant doesn't matter. It could be a sporting goods store, whatever it is. For them, I want them to look at it through the lens of strictly a business. What is right, what is wrong, and what is their advice? The second person, sticking with the what is right and what is wrong, I cannot tell you how many clients, prospective and existing clients that I've worked with or dealt with that I ask to look at their numbers or look at their books, and they either are a mess or they don't have them. And I can't tell you how much of a red flag that is when you're trying to run a business or business is. So if you can, please insulate yourself with a bookkeeper. I feel like it's a really simple hire. It's a simple person to add to your team, to add to your power circle, to insulate yourself with, and will really make your business much more smoother and make your job much easier. It'll also give you far more foresight on where your business is going and a far better understanding of where it has been. It's so difficult for us to even have a full grasp of whether or not we are succeeding or failing or where we're at if we don't have a very vivid and a very intimate a very intimate understanding, of our numbers. Find a bookkeeper, hire them, pay them good money, and watch your business change. Now, this is what I find interesting as well. In a lot of our restaurants and a lot of our working teams, we have people within those teams that potentially could be this for us. I've had a couple clients now that had been talking to a team about maybe bringing a bookkeeper on, and a staff member said like, hey, like this is what I do, or I have a big interest in this. I'd love to help you. I'd love to learn to help you. So they've basically been able to hire from within someone that understands their business already, and they've been able to fulfill that role and then move forward. Insulate yourself with someone that has a vivid understanding of numbers and can make yours look clean and precise and give you a much better understanding month to month of how your business is doing. Looking at your cost of goods, looking at your labor, all of those things that are so imperative when we're measuring the success of a business. For some reason, I don't know if it's unique to our business or not, or unique to our industry, but I feel like this one is missed by way too many people. It is a low-hanging piece of fruit. Grab it and smash it. Hire a bookkeeper. Find someone that can make your numbers make sense and be tight month in and month out. The third person, this is going to sound like a shameless plug, and perhaps it is, but it really isn't meant to be that way, is find a consultant, a hospitality consultant, or a coach, or a leader that you can bring in on your team, whether it is for a month or for 3 months or for 9 months or for 12 months or for the entirety of your business. Whatever it is, find someone that, unlike that first person that we've insulated ourselves with, who is outside of the space. Find someone that has an intimate understanding of the industry. Find someone that has been in this industry for quite some time and knows how it works. Bring them in as an outsider, though, to your business so they can really have an expert look at what you're doing and offer assistance. How this will differ from the first person to this third person is just that. They've been there, they've done it, they know what to look for. These guys might not be the most business savvy. They might not have, 10 or 12 businesses that are multi-million-dollar valuation businesses, but what they do have is a unique lens to look through. And they're going to come in and they're going to spot pieces of your business that don't add up, that are maybe trending below what others are doing in the space. So find yourself a really good consultant, a coach, or a leader from the industry that you can bring in. Heck, I know there's some consultants that I've spoken with that they are basically retained by a restaurant group for, I think it was 24-month contract, where they literally just hop on the phone every 4 weeks or every 6 weeks and they run through different scenarios. And this lady actually gives them her feedback. So she's the restaurant consultant. She's on a retainer for them, strictly remotely, strictly phone calls for 24 months. And I feel like that is just such a healthy dose of reality. And it's so admirable for that ownership group, that leadership group, to say, look, it's going to be really beneficial for us to bring someone else's opinion into this decision-making process, whatever it is, at some point, somehow, some way. So bring someone in. It's going to be a nominal fee that's going to be educated in the space and going to give you a really good idea of how they look at the issue that you're coming up against. I feel like from the outside, yet from the industry is so, so powerful. So insulating ourselves, making it not comfortable, but uncomfortable with a unique power circle. Number one, find someone that is killing the game outside of the industry, bring them into your team and make them part of your power circle, insulate yourself with them. Number two, get those numbers dialed in. We need to know those every single month. They need to be tight. Find a bookkeeper. Number three, find a consultant, a leader, or a coach that is from the space that you can retain to help you and your team move forward. That is it for me. That's week 2 of 6 of my imperative tips for the hospitality space. I want to thank you guys for supporting me in this podcast. It means the absolute world. Go and have an amazing day. Be ridiculously good to each other. And you know what to do. Until next time, guys. Be good and do good. I'm out. Peace.